It says I'm live. So it's one says video starting, the other says live. So we'll just go with the live. Aw, Brian, you're such a sweet talker, buddy. Thank you for that lovely introduction, and kudos to the presenters. I'm telling you, it takes a minute to get ready for these videos. So I enjoy doing it. I love doing it. So it's my Saturday morning with all you guys. Yay! Love it. Let me get the refresh going here so I can see all your comments. We have cards today. Cards. I'm missing my Karina. I have to tell you that. I am missing my Karina. So you're not going to get all of the you're not going to get all of, sorry, I've got things going on and I just completely squirreled. Wendy, where are you, for crying out loud? Anyway, so Karina is off singing like a little songbird that she is. So you have me. We're going to make 3 cards. I have got some amazing specials for you, or announcements, I guess I should say, for you today. The first thing, a little bit of housekeeping while I get everybody on here this morning. We have started a fun new thing at Riley and Company, and that's with every order you get a free die. Huh. Every order over 20 bucks, you get a freebie. I know, I love it, right? You know me, I love giving stuff away. And every order over 50 for the month of February, you get another one. I know, it's just giving stuff away. Feeling the love in February. Ooh, see what I did there? Okay, and let's see, what else can I tell you? Oh yeah, the coveted discontinued list is out for 2026. We discontinue funny bones, all right, once a year, pretty much. We stick to once a year. And there's over 100 on this list this time. So, and we do that because we bring out 120 more every year, and we don't have room. So make sure you get over to the retired section. It's across the top of the bar on our website. Click on there and get them. No, we don't put them on sale for the first couple weeks. There are limited numbers of some of them. After a couple weeks, then we'll start giving discounts, but grab them before they're gone, because once they're gone, you won't be able to get them again. I think that's pretty much it. I am going to expand this up so I can see you guys' comments. There you are. Hello. I know some people hate it when you look at the comments and you I read a post the other day, rather disturbing, but I read a post that said, I hate it when people when the presenters talk to the people at the very beginning, and why don't they just get to it and start? That's what I come for. And I wanted to address that for just a second. I am sitting in my basement studio. Okay, it's huge, it's nice, it's lovely, and I'm crafting with you guys this morning, and I really feel like I am crafting with you guys. So that is why, you know, I want to say hi to Kay, and hi to Denise, and hi to Melissa, and hi to Leah, because I love having you guys here with me. I really, truly do. And I want to be nice, and I just don't want to jump in and, you know, I mean, I do want to jump in because it's crafting. But I want to say hi to everybody. I love seeing you. I wish I could see you. But anyway, that's why we do it. That's why we do it. Just want to be friendly. We just want to be friendly humans. I'm still going back to Brian's introduction. He's a sweet talker, isn't he? Yeah, I know. I love that guy. What a nice guy. All right. Hi, Ruth. Glad you found us. Yay. There's so many new people that are going to be on here this weekend. Okay, so for those of you that have not been on a Saturday morning shenanigan run with me and Riley and Company, I give away stuff just for commenting. I love giving away stuff. What is that? I don't know. I'm an enabler. I guess I am. I'm an enabler. I'm going to give away a free Riley cocktails, one of the new Riley cocktail set with the stamping, or with the stamps and the dies today. That set I'm going to give away. I have to remember what I put on my graphic. I'm going to give away a Woody and Hazel St. Patrick's Day set with the stamp and the die, and then I'm going to give away each card that I make today to 3 lucky winners. Hello, hi Cindy, hi sweetheart, and Lisa, and Mike. There's my Wendy. Wendy Peacock Stevens. Wendy Stevens. She keeps me grounded. I'm a little squirrel sometimes. You guys know that. So sorry. Just the fun of being me, and here I am sitting here talking to you. So we only have an hour today. What? So let's get crafty, shall we? Shall we? Oh, Amy's got the little shamrock. You gotta love St. Patrick's Day, right? I love St. Patrick's Day. Love it. What other time can you dress up in everything ridiculously green that you have and go out and party, and it's completely acceptable to drink green beer? I call that lucky. All right, I'm going to switch you over to the desk. Wow. And this is what we are making today, okay? All right, here's my Rebecca. Oh, I'm going to give a shout out to my 3 new designers too. We have 3 new designers that are with me. I found them when I was helping Kim with MFT. They are fabulous. Jeannie Strife, Rebecca Blackwell, Deborah Holman does on a part-time basis. Hellman, sorry, not Holman. Hellman, Jeannie, Rebecca. Who am I missing? I knew I'd do this if I brought everybody up. I can't even believe that I'm doing this. Hold on, I'm gonna have to run over and figure out who I'm missing because I can't not. Oh, Julie Patton. Duh. Hello. But they are absolutely fantastic. You guys are going to love them so much. You've already seen their cards, and they are just amazing. Okay, so I hope you got your kits because they are very, very close to selling out. All right, here are the cards we're going to make this time. I wish you guys could see these papers in person. They don't photograph really well because they have grays in them. Okay, but these are absolutely stunning papers from Echo Park. It's called Winter Wonderland. And so there's this. We have little Miss HJ, Miss Hazel Jean, right? And then we have this. And can you guys see that? It's actually a window that we made with Riley having Coco. I shrank him down, so this isn't the real size of the card. I shrank him down. But we're gonna make all 3 of these cards. How about you say? Let's get going. Which one should we start with first? Let's do the easiest one first. How's that? Okay, so with all of our cards in the kit, you get instructions. Okay, easy instructions. And in this kit this month, you got this amazing 6x6 pad. Look at these papers, you guys. I wish you could see how warm and yummy these colors are. They're fabulous. So you get the paper pad with it. We also included the window die this time, which is so much fun. All right, makes 2 or 3, 4 different types of windows. And everything for the kits are separated out for you. Pre-cut, pre-stamped, pre-embossed, super easy to make your cards. So let's get started with this one. I love this card. All right, it's never ever a bad thing to have an extra thank you card hanging around, right? Manners are everything. Isn't it lovely? Okay, so the very first thing that we're going to do, easy peasy, if you're working along with me, is fold your card in half. I'm going to set this aside because this is the guide that I use, okay? Thank you. All right, hi Melody. Melody's here from Frankfort, Kansas. Does anybody know where Frankfort, Kansas is? Raise your hand. I'll give you a hint. It's by Blue Rapids and Waterville. Probably no one knows where that is either, but that is my hometowns, Blue Rapids and Waterville. Population 800, maybe without the cows. So we're going to take our zip dry. And Melody's from Frankfort, and I think Frankfort might have a little bit more than 800, but little tiny small towns in northeast Kansas. So I'm going to take my zip dry. If you do not know about zip dry, almost everyone does. And why is that? Because it is so ridiculously good. Just put it around the edge. It's like rubber cement in a bottle, okay? So I'm going to put it on here, and the reason I use zip dry, if I use double stick tape to do that, look at how far off I am. If I use double stick tape to do that, I would have to pull it back off and I would tear my paper, right? Watch this. Zip dry lets you move the paper right in place exactly while it's wet. Get some zip dry. You will never go back. I love it. And after about, I don't know, 30 seconds or so, it will stay down and you will never get it off. Okay? Never. Without tearing everything apart. So because it's like rubber cement, if it goes outside the edges, I hope you guys can see that. Outside the edges, you can't. It's shiny. Anyway, it's outside the edges. You just rub it off. Okay. Ta-da! So we have that on there. Now the next thing I'm going to do is, well, I did not do that. Let's see. I need to get me a little cutter. Dang it. I thought this was the easy one. Now in your instructions, it will tell you the specifics on how to cut these. Let me see. We'll pull them up. You'll cut the green piece into 3 pieces, 1 1/8 inch wide. Let's see if I can do that. So there's one. That's 1 1/4, 1 1/8. Dolores made me keep this cutter from the store. Why? No idea. She loves this cutter. I had no idea why. And now I know, because it's portable and it's mobile. Okay, so we have 1 1/8 from each of those. We're going to take this piece, all right, and cut them to 1 inch wide. 1. That's the first time I think I've ever cut on local television. All right, I'm gonna lay those out. We're just gonna glue these on right there, right? Glue it on. And glue it on like that. Okay. Then, while I'm letting these guys dry, I'm going to set them over here. I needed to take a bit more off this edge. All right. And you know what? There she is. There she is. That's my girl. Thanks, Wendy. See how I miscut it? If I make it just perfect, I've got a little bit too much over here. Watch this. This is why you need zip dry. Watch this. You can peel it right off. Okay. You can rub this off. And I did not do this on purpose, really. But this is why I use zip dry. Because I mess up probably more than most humans do. So I'm going to rub all of that off so it doesn't get on my cutter. I'm going to pull my cutter out here and cut off 1/8 inch. And did you know that this piece right here on these little cutters is 1/8 inch? I did not know that. Learned that from Jennifer Dove in a coloring class that I took. Didn't know that. Now it should fit just fine. So much better. Okay. Yeah, I'm watching the comments kind of a little bit because I can't help myself. But y'all are talking about snow, and we got a little bit here last night, just a dusting, you know. But the card that I made for the KB Riley class is a spring card. Yeah. Because I'm thinking, yeah, it was 70 degrees a couple days ago. It's going to be spring. Nope. Nope. Not even close. All right, so we've got these 3 pieces now. We're going to turn them over, and I am going to put some foam tape in the back. And here's a little tip for you. Did you know they make non-stick scissors? Did not know. Did not know. And Dolores bought me a pair because she got tired of cleaning sticky stuff off my cutter bees. And I swear these are like the coolest scissors ever, and you don't ever have to clean them because they're non-stick. Okay. So we have all of those on there. And we're going to take the first piece, and I am going to line it up perfectly. All right, I'm going to line it up perfectly with this edge right there, top and the bottom. Okay, I'm going to do the same with the other side. I don't know. Maybe you can get cutter bees, Leah, that are non-stick. The ones I have are not non-stick. All right, so I'm going to do this over here. Same thing. Line them up so they're nice and straight. Then this one is going to go evenly in the middle, and it'll be perfect every time, right? Uh-huh. Suffolk County, that's in New Jersey. Am I right? Yeah, Denise, you're in New Jersey or New York? All right. So I'm just going to line it up at the bottom, stick it down, and there we have our panels. It's really fun. Gives it a nice little raise. All right, so the thanks is just our thanks die, our stacked thanks die. I love this die. So cute. And I'm gonna put a little bit of zip around here. Just a little bit. Okay. And again, it slides while you're working, which is the best thing in the world. It makes it perfect every time. Unfortunately, our zip dry stock is getting low, and they won't ship it while it's cold. Can you believe that? Yes. So I can either use foam tape and pop that up too, or I can just make it flat. I think I'm gonna pop it up. Better be careful, Wendy. Karina will hire you if you do too good of a job. She's going to hire you for the Saturday morning duties. Let's see. Let's stick that there. Okay. While we're just putting this together, I'll tell you guys a little story. I am headed to Cozumel in 15 days on a crafty cruise. Can you believe there's such a thing? Like, seriously, it's a crafty cruise. So I'm going to take all these little pieces that Dolores meticulously cuts, okay? And I am just going to use my KB glue, which is over here on the other side. And I'm just going to put a little bit down here and just tuck it in there. And I think we'll tuck this one in just like this. But I'm going on a crafty cruise to Cozumel, Mexico. So we're going to craft 4 days, and we'll have 4 days off to cruise around, which is going to be so much fun. But I cannot even begin to tell you guys how much work this crafty cruise is, because you have to have all of your stuff done. Ready? Isn't that pretty? Now somewhere in one of the other kits there's a strip of white dots, and we'll put those on in just a second, but this one's done. So the crafty cruise, it is going to be fabulous. Fabulous. Oh, I did grab my stardust stickles, okay? And I'm just going to add them to these little sprigs to give it a little something something. But on this cruise, the theme of the cruise that Carrie has chosen this year is so much fun. It's called Wicked. Okay? And it's after, of course, the movie Wicked, so it's a wickedly good cruise. And it's put on by Miss Carrie from Scrap and Savvy out of Texas. I think it's Katy. I think she's in Katy. Not sure. Houston area. Okay. Oh, doesn't that make it pretty? Oh, you guys really probably can't see that. Okay, so I'm going to set it aside until I find my little dots, and then we're good with that one. One down. But in this, if you were paying attention on our Facebook page, I had the question, if I were to make a grimoire, would anybody be interested? Holy moly. Can I tell you that everybody went nuts? So, yes, I created a grimoire for this crafty cruise. It is absolutely amazing. It is amazing. And I will be making kits when we get back, but trying to get these kits together is just insane. You should see this studio. Okay, so what I'm going to do, we're going to make the little HJ card next. Okay, this is the one we're working on. Wow, wicked. I know, right? And so everything's wicked. And we get to dress up. Yes! I can't tell you who I'm going to be, though. I think it's a secret. So what is a grimoire? So Melissa, you have not watched Wicked, if you don't know what the grimoire is, but the grimoire is actually a spell book for witches, and it has the spells that can control all of Oz, and so that's the story, and you'll have to watch it. So that's what a grimoire is. All right. It's a spell book. And it's a really cool spell book. Like cooler than just a book. Okay. So we're just going to take our zip dry and put this base on, right? You guys are going to love this card. It's so easy. And I can't think of any other place. Well, I can think of several places, but there's going to be no better place in the middle of March in Kansas to be than Cozumel, Mexico. So, okay, that's done. A little bit got out of the bottom, so I'm just going to open this up. I know it is hard to put the pretty side down, but the thing is, if you have the kit, you have more, right? But I'll show you why I use the solid in a minute, because this is going to go on top of it. And we want to make sure and see. Mike. Hi, Mike. All right. This is a fun little technique, okay, that I'm going to show you. And we're going to weave some paper. So that is why you've got an extra piece of white here. All right. No, really? Leah, really? Oh, I hope so. They were really good. I haven't seen the second one, so no spoilers. That's on my list to do. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to lay out our papers like this. All right? So I'm going to do a green and a blue, and then we're going to do a green. Okay? Just like that. And I'm going to do this one just up in the corner, and it's going to come down just a little bit over that corner. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use my KB glue, and the reason that I use this glue, this fine tip glue, is that it attaches real quickly. And I want that on this. I want these to be just solid up here, okay? Then I'm going to do this piece, and I want it to attach. So I'm going to do just that. And then I want this one to attach the same. Okay, so now we have that side done. Yeah, I haven't seen the second one. I heard it's not as bright and happy as the first one, but we shall see. All right, so then we're going to take our blue and we're going to, let's go it on top and under this one. All right, but we don't want to make it up here like this. We want to drop it down on the side so it is a little offset. So we're going to put that here and maybe, yep, right about there. Okay, so I just want to put it there so it stays put for me. Just like that. Okay, then on this one, I'm going to just weave it the other way. You guys know weaving, right? Just like that. All right, get it nice and even, glue it down. Lydia, if you need this kit, you better get out there because I'm not for sure how many are left. I know there's a few. Well, up until now, I know there was a few, but Riley and Company online.com. All right, we're going to do that. All right, and then we'll be done. So I'm going to tack this down. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to attach my other sides. Just glue them down just on the bottoms so they don't go anywhere. And on this side. So when you go on cruises, I don't know if you guys go on cruises a lot. I've been on one in my life on Royal Caribbean, and it was fabulous. So this will be my second one. I love cruising. It's so much fun. But it used to be to where all of your drinks were included. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, all right, is I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to trim off all of these pieces, okay? Right? I'm just going to trim this off, just like that. If you have a paper cutter, you can cut them off as well. Just don't make the paper any smaller than it is. So the drinks and everything used to be included. Well, not anymore. So you have to buy drink packages. So when I bought the drink package, you guys know me, right? Coffee. Coffee is my life. I drink it all day long. You don't want me without coffee. I get cranky and anyway. So I got the whole drink package to where I could have coffee, juice, tea, whatever I wanted all day long. It was only like $30 a day. Okay. But that was cool. And the original drink package where you could get everything you wanted was like $111. And I mean, that's a lot a day. Like, how can you drink $60 worth of alcohol in a day? I mean, I guess you can if you're just cruising, but this is kind of a work cruise. So I looked yesterday, and I guess it's Margarita Day yesterday. So they had it 45% off. Well, I've already paid for half of it with the drink cruise. For another $20 a day, we can get the all-inclusive cocktail package too. Why not? I mean, hey, woohoo! It's only 2 drinks a day to make up for it, so I'm pretty sure that, you know, on my off days I can take care of that. Right? Alright, anyway, I'm excited. I can't wait. 52 crafters, me, Karen, John, her husband, Carrie. It's just going to be so much fun. I will try to do lives from the ship. How's that? All right, so now what we're going to do to make this even a little more fun is we're going to cut out the white pieces, okay? I'm going to cut these out just along the line. Just like that. And there's nothing really to cut out down here. I mean, I guess you could if you wanted to do this one. Okay, right. Alrighty. And then we are going to put this popped up. Am I not? Yep, we're going to pop that up right on top of that. So yes, it's going to be the same white, but it's going to be raised. It's kind of fun. So I'm going to do that. And we're going to do this. And that. All I'm hearing is steel drums in my head. And yeah, thanks. You guys just need to remind me to do lives while I'm on this ship. That's what you need to do. Alrighty. And that is just going to sit right on top of there. So peel these off. Okay. And there we go. And then what we're going to do with this is just glue it to the front with our zip dry. Just like that. And we're going to take our Yappy birthday. Get a Yappy birthday. Okay. I'm going to sit it right there-ish. And I'm only going to put it, my foam tape, just on the right half, because the other half goes over on top of here, and I don't need to worry about that. Put that there. And then we're going to color our little Hazel Jean. Like that, right there. And then we're going to color her. Put it right there. Cute, huh? Absolutely. You know, okay, that is a great, okay, so Janice Stackflat just said, this could be, with the right colors, it could be a guy card, even with the scallops. It could be, but if you have the scallop sets, there is a solid as well, so you don't have to make it scallops. It can be a solid, and it'd be a great birthday card, right? Alright, so let's color Miss HJ. Now this is this is Hazel Jean. She is in one of our clear sets that we released this year. She's absolutely adorable. This is actually a real dog, okay? A real dog. Her name's Hazel Jean, and she is a quite sassy little thing. So all I'm going to do with her, these are the same colors, excuse me, the same colors that you do Riley with. So I'm just going to color the whole thing in. Okay, I'm going to go down around the bottom because she is a reddish brown doxy. And then I'm going to color it in, and I'm going to use circles, because when you use circles it blends it so much better. Okay, turn it around. Oh, I guess I need to do her nose too. And unfortunately, I don't think there might be a coloring video out on our YouTube channel with these doxies, but I have not had time. It has just been craziness. Ready? Okay, so there's our first layer of the sweet little HJ. Okay, then we're going to come in with the E35. Okay, and we're going to pretend that the light is coming from this direction. Okay, so that means that this side of her ear would be darker. Definitely under here would be darker, right? but not her back side, but her front side will be. Under her chin. Okay, then back around here and underneath. Back here, but not on the top, just back in there. And then definitely under that ear. So back in here would be, but the top of her paw wouldn't. Underneath. And just back in there. Okay, so these little toes will have some, and her little tushy will have some. And then this will be mostly dark. All right, see how easy that is? If you just realize where the light's coming from, it's real super easy to do. Now, for those of you that do not know, you can use the same color Copic and add yet another darker shade of the same color. So watch this. I'm not going to go over as much as I did before, but I'm just going to come over a little bit and down in here and behind the toes and just a little bit on this side. Down in here. Along the bottom. Definitely this ear. And behind there. See how easy that is? Super simple. All right, now with the E47, you have to be really careful, but it's great to do those little marks in between the toes. Again, it's a Riley color. Back and behind the ear and under the ear, a little bit under her chin. Just little teeny. The darker the color, the less you use. All right. Now let's just give her some blue eyes. And we're going to do that by doing a half circle. Actually, it's kind of a quarter circle, right? Quarter circle, quarter circle. Alrighty, and then I'm going to take a little bit darker and just go right along the bottom line and a little bit in the center. The bottom line, a little bit in the center. And look at that, she's got gorgeous blue eyes. And let's see, I did not bring one dark enough to make her nose dark, but we would want to make her nose dark gray. So we'll just do that for now. Okay, and with the E3, or C3, I'm sorry, you want to put just a little tiny shadow on the whites of her eyes. And can you guys see that? It just gives it a little bit of a shading, okay? Just a little bit. Isn't she cute? Make her nose a little bit darker. And then you're going to need pink, but I don't have any pink, guys, with me today. So I'm just going to take her and pop her up along the bottom, and we're done with this card. And then we have 20 minutes left to do the last one, which will not take that long. Yes, you could definitely, I always put glossy accents on the eyes and the nose. Always, always, always. Now, when you do this, make sure that the little foot just kind of comes a little bit over there so it looks like it's sitting on there. But this is done. Yay, card 2. And somebody's going to win it just for commenting. So for those of you that were late, make sure you do your comments, because somebody is going to win the 3 cards that I make and a Woody and Hazel Jean set and a Riley set. Sorry. Needed the goodness of the gods. All right. Now, our last card is this card. We're going to create a window. It is so easy. Okay? So super easy. So let's just get our base down first. Again, just fold your white card in half. All right? We're going to put... we're going to set that aside for a sec, and then we're going to put our pre-embossed snowflake piece right on top of here. Little tiny borders, okay? Actually, I think I'm going to trim this border off just a little bit more because I have my handy dandy cutter. then I'll put that right there like that. Glue it down with my zip dry. Well, that was strange. I swear I just heard somebody sneeze upstairs, and there's no one upstairs. So. Odd. Okay. So I'm going to put that on just like that, and we're going to do the strip thing again, only this time we're just going to lay them across. Just like that. Right, super easy. So I'll put a little zip dry on this, right where I want it. Let's put it on the card itself. Just like that. And then put some there. Okay. Put this little, and I'm going to butt these right up next to each other. Alright. Just like that. And then I'm going to turn it over just like we did the last time, okay? I have a feeling it was Tucker that sneezed. So we have our base. How easy is that, right? So super simple. And I have got little snowflakes that Dolores pre-cut. I think I'm going to wait and do those last. Because, don't know where they are. See how I do that? Do you guys ever craft and you have something 1 minute and then the next minute, poof, it's just gone. Like completely gone. I'm going to put this little guy right here. And he is going to go in the middle, or in the inside. So, we are done with this for now. I'm going to color up my Riley real quick, and then we will put this whole thing together. Alright? So, to color Riley, you're going to pull those E33s right back out. E33, E35, E47, and I'm just going to go over everything. Alright, we're going to do the bottom of his pants. Okay, and let's see, there's a little bit right there, I think. Now I'm going to use the same marker, and I'm going to go in and just shade back behind a little bit. Alright, then I'm going to get my E35, do a little bit more shading along the bottom. And along the side, and here, and there. Definitely underneath the shirts. Okay. And then the E47, it makes his little antlers. Alright, and we'll do them as little hoofs. Now he's going to be back behind in the window, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing a lot of shading. We just want to make sure that we can see him and that his face is shaded. So I'm going to use a green, and we're going to make a sweater green. I'm going to leave the white trim. And this stamp that is used in this set is called Coco Riley. But it's bigger than this. I shrunk him down for these kits just so we could get him behind the window. And then, let's see, we're going to take the YG05 and throw just a few shadows in here. Okay. And then we are going to use the bright blue for the coffee cup. And do the little side right there. I'm going to come back in with the same marker and do just the bottom. Give it a little bit more, and I'm going to go back to my E47 and add my coffee. And that is all there is to it. Look at that. Isn't it cute? All right, let's build a window. So the neat thing about this window set, so let's see, I've got 1, 2, gosh darn it. I had 4 cut out holes and 3 windows. Okay, you guys will get it. Anyway. Yes, we're losing everything this morning. So what I'm going to do to start this with is I'm going to take the die that's in the die set that's in your kits, okay? And I'm going to pull my paper pad and I'm going to find some paper that I really like, okay? And let's see. We want it inside and we want it to kind of look like wallpaper. So we're not going to do snowflakes. Oh, that's kind of fun, huh? What will he look like on that? Oh, look how cute that is. All right, on my original one, I did the peachy color. And I think I'm going to go back with the peachy color. Only because it's a different, it adds a little bit of contrast to it. If I can find it. There we go. Peachy color. And you're going to grab a pencil. And we are just going to get down on the corner so we don't waste a lot of it. We're just going to use this as a stencil and cut it and do the outside of the die. All right, and then we're just going to cut this out. We want the whole thing. So I'm going to do real quick, and you're going to cover this up so it doesn't have to be perfect, right? Thank goodness. I'm cutting away these the little pieces right here because we're not going to need them. All right. And we're not going to need these little outside board pieces either. Okay, then we can't just plop him on there because he'll be floating in air, right? Right? So we need to give him just a little bit of a floor, and you can use one of the pieces that's left over, look at that, and make a little floor if you want. In fact, I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. Just a leftover piece from one of the cards. Okay. And trim that off. And then we're going to set him right inside, but we're going to glue him down. Okay. So all of you guys are watching me, but remember, I'm giving away each one of these cards and giving away 2 sets of stamps and dies to 5 people that comment. All right, I'm going to show you guys something. See this? Can you see the little white above up here from the cut that didn't get quite cut out? Let me show you how to do this. I've got vintage photo on a sponge always at the ready, okay? Watch. And if you just vintage photo just the edges, that all goes away. Just ink it up. Just the edge. Now look. Okay. Ha! And I always have it on my desk. Now we'll add a little bit more glue. And I read your comments, by the way. So just remember that. I sit down my afternoon on Saturdays after I'm with you guys is, okay, so for this top, for 2 of these, all right, I want to raise it up just a bit. That's weird. What did I do? Oh, okay, we're gonna have to trim that down just a bit, guys, because I trimmed with the outside of the die. Duh. Should have used the inside, but that's okay. We're gonna trim it off anyway. So the 2, I'm just gonna cut this, cut out the insides, and I'm using this to raise it up just a tiny bit. All right, so I've got that. That's hilarious. I can't believe I did that. All right, so I'm just going to glue this down. Just like this, okay? With my zip dry. Let's get this in here. Sometimes zip dry isn't really good for these little tiny dies like this. And that's why I always have the Line Co. glue as well. And that's a KB. So we'll show you how that works. So we're just going to sit him like this. All right, then I'm going to go back because I screwed up on the first one, right? I'm going to go back and just cut this back piece off. Just trim right around it. And again, you don't have to be real fancy with this because you just don't want to cut the white off. But you don't have to be real fancy with it because it's not ever going to show anyway. Slide my scissors right under there. Cut that off. Okay, now we're in business. All right, done. Now we're going to do this one more time and layer it up just so it gives it a little bit of height. Okay. This window set is so versatile because there's two different windows. There's shutters. It has hinges and flower boxes and flowers, and you can literally create whatever you want. Dolores used it and made the most amazing, for this part right here, I'm going to use this glue because I don't want it to squeeze off on the inside. Dolores made the most amazing little Halloween vignette with it. Okay. See that? Pretty good, huh? Now, this is going to sit on top, but first we need to make it look like glass. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue this piece to a piece of vellum and trim around it, right? Somebody said, I love that you can show that you make mistakes. Oh, girl. Yeah. I used to be the queen of fix-it. When I owned a retail store, I would be the queen of fix-it because I made so many mistakes. I knew how to fix pretty much anything that went wrong. So I'm going to lay this on the bottom just like that. I'm going to put that right there. Don't cut out the center because this is going to be our overlay. Okay. I'm going to snip right back in underneath it. Real technical like. You guys see this? This is so technical. You know, get your scissors behind the thingy and cut. Right, and just like that. Look at that. Poof. We have glass. Do you wish windows were that easy? All right. Now we are just going to pop that up. All right. You can if you want. No, let's just go ahead and lay it down. Okay. I don't think popping it up is really going to make that much difference. Maybe. Maybe. Should we? Should we? Should we not? I've got 4 minutes. Yeah. Why not? Everything popped up is better. I'm going to do just a few. Let's see. I think this is too wide. So I'm just going to take a piece and we're just going to pop up little corners in the top. And if you've got thinner tape, actually, you know how we can do this? What's this? We're going to take our tape and just cut it in half. Whoop. Put that along the side. Put this along the side. Okay, and I think I want just a tiny bit more up here. Take one more piece. Cut it in half. Am And with it being this thin, it'll literally just bend around the top. It's like that. And a piece in the bottom. Okay. Now, I'm thinking here. So there are 2 sets of shutters. These are actually little shutters. Can you guys see these? They're little teeny tiny things. All right, little teeny tiny things. And there's 4 of them because you want 2 shutters. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys think I'm going to be able to find them all? No way, Jose. So I'm going to put 1 on each side, and then whoever gets this card, trust me, I will definitely make sure they're attached along with the snowflake. I think they all disappeared along with my snowflake. So I'm just going to, and the reason that I bent those, I'm going to pull off these little sides right here. And before I glue it down, I'm going to put 1 of these shutters right here. Okay. And 1 right here on the other side. All right. Then we're going to tear off the rest of our tape. Have a great day, Amy. All right. Then we are just going to sit this right on top of the other one. But if you notice, we have our 2 little shutters. It's for these shutters that go with this. So I'm going to put a tiny bit of glue here. Where are my other 2 shutters? All right. That is going to attach there. And I'll let it dry a second, and then I'll show you what's so much fun about this. Get these out of here. I think a card made with these shutters with just like flowing pieces of our plants like that were in this one would be absolutely gorgeous. Like, you know, like one of those south of France. Yeah, this guy is originally about this big. He's about 2 inches. Okay, so look at this. These shutters bend. So they're attached to the back, right? And they bend out. So you can do that. And we are just going to take this piece and glue it onto our card. Like that. Oh, I've got 1 minute. You guys better comment like crazy. And I'm going to put this card together, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the KB card. All right, I'm going to put that here. Just like that. Grab off the extra glue. Put a snowflake on there. Doink, 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 doink. That. And you have little enamel dots to make it look like it's snowing. And the inside is where you put this. Ta-da! Okay, I am on my 5th. I am out of time, but I do want to show you real quick what we are going to be making on the KB section, and I will be giving away all the dies to make this card. Okay, so the Tanya's Take was the kit with the flip frame die from KarenBernston.com. So my take on it was to do something springy, right? Are you ready? What? We will be making this card in just an hour. Just an hour. So have a great time, and I will see you guys in 1 hour. All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for joining me this morning. And I will see you soon.